And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 3 of the 17 in Christian podcast. My name is Jack. Hope you are all having a fantastic day. Boy, it has been a long time since I've said those words. I really don't know what happened, man. Something just kind of came up. I missed a couple weeks here and there, and I struggled really getting back behind the microphone and sitting and talking to all of you. And you know, I'm gonna sit down and just get through this, and I think that's what I kind of just need to do today. Talk to you guys, get some stuff off my chest that I've been holding on to for a while, and just yeah, man, I'm excited to be back. I really missed you guys. The blog's gonna be back up and running. Social media it's all going. It's all getting there. We're getting there. But missing everything. So the first week I missed, total legitimate, right? Like Wednesday night. Typically when I would record my Thursday episode podcast, which that's a whole other thing I'll talk about later anyhow, but that's typically when I recorded my Thursday night things. I got super sick, and I was actually in the emergency room that night. And then the next day, that Thursday, I went to Disneyland with a group of mine from school, and so I never got a chance to come home and sit down and record a podcast. And then like that week, some stuff came up, and then I missed another week, and then I missed another week. And, I talked about it in my small group on Tuesday that I was just kind of like, I don't want to say scared, but I was scared. I mean, I was kind of scared to come back and timid. And I'm like, man, I don't think I'm good enough for this. Like, it was hard for me to kind of sit down and just do this. And they were all super supportive of me. And I love all you guys. If any of you are listening right now, believe me, I appreciate everything you said. And I'm just going to kind of do it. I'm sitting here and I'm getting through it. And that's all that is. So I know I kind of just wanted to get that out of the way first. But besides that, I'm just going to kind of jump straight into things like we normally did and talk about a lot that's happened in the past 3 weeks, because a lot has happened in the past 3 weeks. Starting with that, my schedule for podcast isn't going to be Thursday. It's going to be whatever day I want to upload. Sometimes it's going to be 3 episodes a week. Sometimes it might be 5 episodes a week. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of upload when I get the chance to upload, because one thing I notice is that when I force myself to upload on one specific day, I get really stressed out and it just doesn't work. And I don't want that. I don't want this episode to feel forced. I don't want this episode to feel like I'm sitting down and like coming up with really bad stuff to say. Like, I know that doesn't make sense, but I want to be able to freely talk about stuff that's going on in my life, because this is my space to talk about those things. This is why I created this and the whole reason behind it. And so I want to be able to truthfully talk about things that are going on in my life and my faith and my beliefs, and sometimes my struggles with that. And God is really testing me right now, and I'm going through a lot, and I want to just be able to freely talk about what's going on in my life and not have to worry that I didn't upload it on a Thursday. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done with that. So I will try and stick to Thursday. I'm gonna start doing like Monday, but there's not gonna be a specific day. Just make sure you follow me on social media so that you can see when I do post a new podcast, or if you subscribe on the website, it'll post up there that says, hey, new podcast uploaded, whatever, and you can do that there too. So getting that out of the way. Some stuff that's happened this past couple weeks. One, I've started playing baseball again, which I know doesn't really make a lot of sense to you, but to me, I don't remember exactly if I touched on this, but I missed about 1.5 years of baseball. I took a break, as I would like to call it, a break of some sorts, and I'm back now. Tryouts ended today. Tomorrow I find out whether or not I made the team or not. Hopefully I make varsity, fingers crossed. I'm not entirely sure yet though, but I will find that out tomorrow, which will be today is when that goes up. That's weird to think about, but yeah, I'm really excited. I love baseball. Baseball is my passion. I live, eat, breathe, sleep, whatever. I don't know what I just said. Baseball. Baseball is everything to me, and I'm just glad I get to be back and playing and just with everybody. And man, I'm glad to be back. I'm really happy. Yeah, no, baseball's back, so we're good with that. Small groups going well. Small groups on Tuesdays is really going well. I've been able to talk about a lot that's going on in my life with these boys, and it's a great place for me to just be able to be myself and be free. with that being said, I got asked to join what we are calling the influencer group of my church that I go to, which is basically just a bunch of, I shouldn't say a bunch of, it's about, I think maybe 10 or 11 sophomore, junior, seniors, high schoolers, and we're all coming together and partnering with the youth pastor at my church and making this really cool group. And some of us will like lead services, some of us will just do worship. So I have no idea what that's going to be. Sunday we are having like our first official meeting, so I'll make sure to take notes, let you guys know what's going on, keep you in the loop. You feel? Yeah, so we got that going. Probably the biggest one that happened during these couple of weeks is that I got asked to go on a mission trip to the Dominican Republic. I know. That's what I said. I was completely blown away. I didn't know what to say, but anyhow, I'm going. I'm raising some money right now. If you guys want to help raise, help donate or put cause to it, I will put the link on my website, 17andchristian.com. The link will be on there. You can go and donate. You totally don't have to. I don't need you to. Keep your money. It's okay. If you feel obligated to, it would help a lot. Just putting that out there. But going to the Dominican Republic, I'm super excited. We leave March 15th, I believe. March 15th or March 16th. I don't know which. It's one of those days. And it's like a week-long. Wow. It's actually like a two-week-long trip. But I'm really excited. First time I'm going to be going out of the country. I might also be going on a 3-day mission trip to Mexico in like 2 weeks. Not entirely sure yet. Haven't quite figured that whole thing out, but I might be going to that. I'll keep you updated anyhow. Yeah, that's I think I got everything. Yeah, I think I've covered everything pretty well. School's going pretty good. Got my grades back up. Studying now, hitting the gym. I've gone on a couple dates with this girl. She's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna ask her out here pretty soon. So got that going, man. There's a lot going on right now, and I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm just glad to be back. And I don't know. It's so hard for me to describe how I'm feeling right now, because I was so scared and so just like, oh man, you know what? It's fine. Like, I missed this day. I know I keep repeating myself, but it was so hard for me to just be able to tell myself, just do it, just go, just do it, whatever. And now I'm just doing it, and I'm so happy right now, because honestly, I had an awful day today. One thing I didn't miss is the good and bad things. So from this Sunday to this, I'm recording this on Thursday right now. From Sunday to Thursday right now, the best thing that's happened to me this week is I got my headlight fixed on my truck, that's a long story, but I got my headlight fixed on my truck. Baseball tryouts this week, super fun. What have I done? Oh man, I don't know what I've done. I've done a lot this week, honestly. But I had a really kind of bad day today, honestly. I woke up late. I was running late to school. There was ice on my windshield, so I had to sit there literally for 5 minutes to wait for my windshield to defrost. So I was late to school today. I missed this assignment that I totally forgot about, so I had to turn that in late. I'm doing this project for one of my other classes, and the teacher threw it on me. It wasn't what I had no idea I was doing this. She's like, hey, go do this. I'm like, okay. There's no guidelines, whatever. And I did it, and I thought I did really well, but then I showed it to her, and she's like, no, this sucks. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I went and fixed it. Hopefully she likes it. I spent way too long on it, but hopefully she likes that. And I don't know. I got so frustrated, and these past couple of days I've been getting really frustrated for some reason, and I don't know why, but I'm so I don't know how to describe. I'm just so short to temper, and I don't know why, because I feel like there's something going on. I feel like right now is a time where the Lord is testing me and seeing if I'm going to keep my trust and my faith in Him, because I struggle with that. I struggle in times of hardship, just putting my hands up and saying, okay, Lord, I trust you. And it has nothing to do with, me not. I take that back. It has everything to do with that. Because my trust has just been broken so many times growing up. It's been broken by adults, by friends, by family members. It's so hard for me to trust people fully now. And I think I tend to do the same thing. It's just like I get into this mode where I'm just upset, or I'm mad, or I'm frustrated, and I don't know why, or I don't know what's happening, or like I went to Walgreens today to get tape for my wrist for baseball, and they didn't have it, and I'm just sitting there in my truck like, what? Why? When does Walgreens ever run out of tape? Like what? Like why? Like when does this happen? And then my windshield this morning, I'm sitting in my truck going, are you serious? Like the one day I'm actually gonna be late to class is the one day my windshield freezes. It's just like, and I felt like everything was just kind of one of those like, it's this type of day. Wow, wait, hang on, let me reset that. It is this type of day today. Thank you, Jack. And I was so mad, and I was so upset, and I just needed that overcoming sense of just like, it's okay. And there's times when I just get so caught up in the moment and what I'm doing that I forget to kind of take a step back and realize all the good that's happened today. I got to school, I got to see my friends, I got to do this assignment, I got to learn a little bit, I got to learn how to do some new stuff, how to do some new things, and I've made it better, and I think it actually looks a lot better than what I originally came up with, and I think that's really cool, and I'm really glad I got to get better. My wrist actually, I ended up finding some tape at home that I could use for my wrist. I, did really well today at tryouts. My arm is feeling a lot better. My shin splints aren't feeling as bad. There's just so many things that happen to me personally when I can just sit back and just go. And I don't know if that's the same thing for you, but that's the same thing for me. And it's so nice to just be able to just kind of take a step back. And I miss that, and I want to do that more, and I'm going to try and do that more. I promise. You hear it right now. I'm making myself a promise right now. I'm going to try some more. But I'm rambling right now, so I'll get on with going. So we're going to hit some worship right now, right? So my song that I picked for worship we'll say worship this week is a song called Tremble by Mosaic. It's like Mosaic MC or something like that. I don't know, but it's Tremble by Mosaic. It's a fantastic song. Go listen to it. I'll hopefully be able to put a little snippet in right here. It's an amazing song. Go listen to it. I absolutely love it. And the thing, like the message I get from this song, and it's really, really cool because it's something that I need to take with me in my life, is that He is all things, and all things can be achieved by Him. And it's just, I've been struggling, reading my Bible each night, reading, my devotionals, getting up in the morning and praying before bed, and there's just these bunch of little things that I struggle. Like I can't even keep my freaking room clean. My room is an absolute travesty right now. Like my bed is just full of clothes. I got water bottles laying all over the place. I'm a mess right now. But I'm happy. I'm thriving, and I think that it's important for me personally that I realize that the Lord is all things, and all things are achieved by Him. I can't achieve anything without Him in my life. And once I take that into my day, once I take that into each step of my day, and each person I talk to, each thing I do, it just makes life so much easier and takes so much weight off my shoulders, and I just feel so much better. And I've been struggling. I've also been struggling with allergies. Sorry. And so just being able to remind myself, hey, it's okay to struggle. It's okay to have downs. It's okay to have ups. There's just gonna be days when it's just, you're doing well, and then there's gonna be days when you're just like, what are we doing here, man? I'm so happy, and I'm just really excited. I'm just glad to be here, So my favorite quote or line, I don't know what the term is, the line from the song is, she says it so. She says it so. Blah, 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 blah. You can see I haven't done this in a while. She says it so perfectly. It goes, still, call the sea to still, rage in me to still. And I think that's really funny because, funny enough, when I wrote out my whiteboard for this episode, I wrote it out like 3 weeks ago. And this line is very potent in today for me. And it's just talking about being able to just calm yourself and just trusting that the Lord will call your rage to still, and just understand that being slow to anger and not tearing down a wall to the city is just absolutely what you're supposed to do. And it's just, there's going to be times when you want to be angry and times when I just want to punch a freaking hole in the wall and just drive 80 miles an hour down the freeway, even though I already do that, you know what I mean, just floor it down the freeway. But it's just, I'm able to just kind of take a deep breath. But yeah, that's my song, man. If you guys haven't listened to that song, go listen to it. It's a fantastic song. I absolutely love it. I've had it on repeat, I don't know, so many times, but it's a good song, and it applies really well to me right now, which is partly why I picked it. But it also kind of talks about kind of what my main message of today is, and I've already kind of talked about and hit on it, but it's about trials and tribulations. And in the last episode I talked about okay, I can't remember, I haven't looked it up, but I remember, if I remember correctly, I talked about your product, because the first episode, yeah, okay, got it, we made it. So I talked about your product, because the first episode I talked about progress, second episode I talked about your product. Trials and tribulations can really come in the way of your product. They do for me every single day. And it may just be something as simple as being late to school, or missing a homework or assignment, or, not, eating healthy. I don't know, whatever your trial may be, or maybe something as serious as, you're dealing with a family member who's sick, or my dad travels for work and he's been gone 5 days this week, and having to help around the house and pick up my brother from school and do this and do that, and it's just so much extra work on me and so much more of a burden that I have to carry with me each and every day. And there are just different times and different strength of trials and weaknesses, and I think that is important that we all recognize it and know that in our lives there are going to be trials. There are going to be times when the Lord tests us. And we talked about this in church this week. It was the story of Nehemiah and how he was, I don't remember the exact story, but he was the servant of a king. Oh, he was the I want to say like the wine taster. I don't know what the proper term of it's called, but he was like the wine taster for the king. So like he would have to take a sip of the wine or of the drink before he handed it to the king, so that he wouldn't make sure it was poisoned or whatever. And obviously if he didn't die, it wasn't poisonous. Anyhow, but he felt this call to go to Jerusalem and rebuild the city. And the king was like, well, that's weird. And he just went, and he trusted, and he went, and it was a struggle because the people there did not like him. They, fought against him. There were battles. They did not want him to rebuild the city. And with a little bit of help, he rebuilt the city in, it's either 48 days or 58 days. I don't remember the exact day. Here, let me look really quick. It is either 48 days or 58 days. I don't remember the exact number. But anyhow, either way, that's absolutely ridiculous that he was able to rebuild an entire city that fast. And in Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 4, it says, and it came to pass when I heard these words that I sat down and wept and mourned certain days and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven. That is such a powerful verse coming from this person because he didn't pray to heaven. He had the king. The king was king, right? Like, it's like, why would he need to pray? And so I think that's just really important, because going back into when he's actually building the wall and building the city, people were fighting him, just absolutely demolishing this guy, and making fun of him, and just absolutely, just persecuting him for everything he's doing, because it doesn't really make sense why he wants to just rebuild the city. But funny enough, he actually lives out a prophet stated, I don't remember the exact date, like 1,000 years ago, or prior to Nehemiah, and it said that one day somebody will come and rebuild the walls, and then like 300 and some, and then a certain time period away after he rebuilt the walls, a savior will come, and Jesus ended up coming and walking into the city. And I think that's just, it gives me such goosebumps and tingles, because at that time Nehemiah is just kind of sitting there like, you know what, I don't know why I'm doing this. I just feel this calling to do this. I just feel like I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to just do what I'm told. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be a struggle. I'm gonna, it's just gonna suck for a certain amount of days. But it's hard, because he was living he was working towards such a great goal that he never even realized what it was. And I think a lot of us at times don't realize the goal that we're working towards, because God has such a great goal set up for you. You just can't see it yet. And that's how I feel too, a lot of the times, because I just feel very mediocre all the time. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I just sit around on my lazy butt and don't do anything. I feel so gross sometimes, because it's just kind of like, man, I could have done so much more today. I could have done so much more today. I could have done so much more. And I don't know. It's just such a bad feeling. But I really struggle to realize is that in this time of darkness, or in this time of just struggle, that I'm grinding each and every day. I'm grinding. I'm just working. I'm hitting the gym. I'm hitting the iron. I'm running. I'm hitting balls off tees. I'm working on my bases. I'm working on my blocking. I got bruises all up and down my body. I reading my Bible each and every day. I'm just everything, right? That day, in that moment, you may not realize what is happening, but in years, days, months, whatever, you will see such drastic difference, and you will see what you are working towards. You just have to remember what you're doing in that day. That day is the most important part. The Lord gifted you that day. He told you, I have a purpose for you today. You woke up that day, that morning, with a purpose given to you by the Lord. You just have to work for it. You just have to work towards it. You just got to build that wall. Because eventually, one day, you have no idea what may come through it. There's just times when we just feel like we can't go on. We feel like we just can't build that wall. I feel it. I felt it today. I felt like I couldn't build my wall anymore. I felt done. I just wanted to put everything away, just go lock myself in my room and just go to sleep. And just whatever, use that as my excuse, right? But I didn't. I fought against it. I fought against myself. I kept overcoming it. I said, nope, I'm going to do it. I'm pushing myself. I'm pushing myself. And I did it. I got it all done. I am done. And I feel so accomplished, and I feel so good, because I am making progress towards my product. But trials and tribulations can sometimes get in the way of your purpose. And to make progress towards your product of what your purpose is, you have to be able to overcome these trials and tribulations. And I think that it is just an absolute necessity for everyone to learn how to do. You're not going to learn it today. You're not going to learn how to do it tomorrow. But over time, there will be things that you will understand more and more. And I understand today what I didn't understand a week ago. I know that when I can come to times like this, I get into times like this again. I feel lost. I feel drowned. I feel swamped. That I need to just take a deep breath and breathe. I just need to be able to trust in the Lord and have faith in what is going on in my life and how I can just overcome these darkness, overcome these trials and tribulations, and fight to build my wall and just continue to build my city, because one day I may not know who walked through it. I may not know who will walk through it. I may not know how big my city can be. I may not know what I'm going to be able to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I feel like God has gifted me the ability to speak, and to speak to people, and to speak to groups, and to speak to individuals. I don't know what kind of wall I need to build. I don't know where to start. I don't know what foundation to lay. I don't know what kind of door I want. Do I want a swinging door? Do I want a sliding door? Do I want one that lifts straight up? Like, I don't know what the heck I want. Or do I want like one of those like old medieval gates that has like the little iron bar type things? You know what I'm talking? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, what? I don't know where to start. I just have a ground. And I think that by me personally just doing this every single day, and grinding and reading my Bible and understanding and being in the Word and talking to the Lord and being in these small groups and just getting it out there every single day as much as I possibly can, and not worrying about what other people say about me, how I'm perceived, what I'm doing. I will build my wall. I will build my city. And I know that you can do it too. Because we've all been there. You may not be there right now, but you will be. You will be. And you're gonna turn to yourself and go, dude, what the heck happened? Like, a week ago I was living, man. I was on top of the world. I got my paycheck. I'm balling out. I'm hitting in and out on my way home from school, right? Like, man, I hit a homer in practice last night, and then you get to the game, that Friday night, and you go 0 for 4 or 4 Ks, and you're sitting to yourself like, dude, I couldn't hit water if I fell out of a boat. What happened, right? Like, it's just, it can change like that. And with that ability and with that possibility in our lives, it's important that we are able to overcome these trials and tribulations and just understand the Lord's peace and His ability to call our rage to still and call the sea to still, so that we can just walk right through it. And with that being said, I want to kind of hit into our Bible verses. I'm not trying to keep you all too long. I know everybody's got a little bit of a day. I want to keep you guys all going. One thing I want to do is say though, if again, I haven't said this earlier, I wanted to, but there's no YouTube video. I don't think I'm gonna do a YouTube like personal face cam video for a while. It just adds a little bit of stress. I might do it later on down the road, but I think I'm just going to kind of stick to just this right now. I might throw up a picture on the YouTube channel, but you can still go watch it on YouTube. You can listen to it on iTunes. You can listen to it on Podbeam. You can listen to it on my website. Again, you guys can go post on it. Send me messages, direct, DM me, email me, whatever. But here we go. So the Bible verse I want to talk to you guys about today is John 16:33. And again, I have the King James Version of the Bible, so it might sound a little funky, but this is what it says. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. But be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. You have peace. The Lord has overcome the world. Be of good cheer. You are full of peace, and be of good cheer, because the Lord has overcome the world, and He has spoken unto you. And as long as you keep Him in your lives, and you keep Him in your day, and you keep Him through everything you do, no matter what trials and tribulations you go through, no matter what darknesses you go through, no matter what crappy days you go through, the worst of times always become the best of times. Have faith in the peace He's spoken unto you. All right. Thank you guys all for listening. I am going to close out today with a little prayer, so if you guys would like to join me, I would really appreciate that. Again, if you guys have any prayer requests or anything like that, feel free to DM me. I will personally pray for you, each and every single one of you. If not, then I ask you guys pray for that right now with yourselves. And yeah, so I just, I'm leading on prayer. Again, thank you so much for listening. Really hope you all do enjoy it. Dear Lord, just thank you for this amazing opportunity to share my trials and tribulations with other people who may be going through similar situations. Thank you for reminding us that you have spoken peace unto us today and every day, and that no matter what we may come through, you have conquered the world, and so have we. Please remind us each and every day that no matter what darkness we may seem, no matter how deep we may be, that there is always light in the tunnel, and there's always light in you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you guys so much again for listening. Hope you guys all have a fantastic morning, day, evening, night, brunch, breakfast, whatever you're doing right now. And I'll catch you guys all later.